Welcome to Talking News, Chasing a Murderer. Before we get started, I want to ask you guys to help our channel out. You can do that by pressing like, hitting the subscribe button, and then hitting the notification bell if you would like notifications whenever we have new uploads. So today I am recording outside, so you would think it would be quiet, but it's not. So there's a story I'm wanting to go off. So we have a Talking News segment. And it's attached to a woman by the name of Kiara Wiggins, 39 years old, out of Roseboro, North Carolina. She's known to her loved ones as Boo Boo. Now, guys, I can't stress enough that it seems that domestic violence is just taking a whole new level. And there seems to be a devastating story attached to domestic violence at least every week. Just unbelievable. So Kiara is described as being 5'8", weighs around 205 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. She lives with her husband, and they share this home. They've been married around 12 years. His name is Carl Earl Wiggins. Around June of 2021, it's early that month, Kiara's family tries to reach out to their boo-boo. They reach out multiple times, but they haven't gotten any response from Kiara. And this lack of response raised big concerns and questions for the family. Around June 9th of 2021, it is suspected by the family something isn't right, and the family continues to reach out to Kiara with no success. This lack of response would mark the beginning of Kiara's story, and when she is last known to be responsive to the family. Sadly, Kiara vanished without a trace, and no one had an idea where she might have disappeared to. So you would think that her husband, Carl, would be concerned about the whereabouts of his wife of 12 years. Her husband is closest to Miss Wiggins, and police had a hunch maybe her husband had answers. So family members set out to get communication with Carl and find out some information about where Kiara could have been. It's been several days, no word from their beloved relative, and they describe Kiara as family-oriented and happy person. It's kind of curious because she's really not that close with her family, and I'll tell you why shortly. Families say that Kiara is always good about answering her phone, or at least quick to return the missed phone calls. June 17th, Sheriff Thornton told WRL that the SUV Mr. Wiggins had been driving was a 2003 Ford Excursion, reported stolen from Bladen County on this day. And this is the day before Kiara Wiggins is reported missing. The next day, June 18th, when Kiara's family still hadn't heard from Kiara, they filed a missing persons report with the Sampson County Sheriff's Office. And at this point, Kiara's family wants to speak with Carl. They want to know what happened to their relative and if he has any answers for their questions. But Carl refuses to give them any idea about the whereabouts of Kiara. Kiara's sister Judy Murray actually approached Carl and asked him, quote, "I said, where's my sister?" He said, he tells me, "She's with some friend." I said, "Well, tell me the friend so I can contact them and get my sister." And then he just blew up, end quote. So when Kiara's sister Judy corners Carl, that's how a guilty person acts. They get mad when they have to give up an answer, when they feel like they've been caught. Wiggins was actually frustrated at the attempts to find Kiara, and this makes no sense. This is her husband of 12 years. He should be concerned and helping this family find her, but instead, he just got angry. And he kind of backs up, doesn't want to help search for Kiara, and just gets annoyed when they do try. Again, to many, this is a guilty sign that he knows something, and that something might not be very good news. Today, the family continues searching and hoping that Kiara will turn up soon and turn up well and thriving. But so far, there is no hope. It isn't like Kiara to just fall off the face of the map. And this map that Kiara's on, well, the family doesn't even know where to begin. Carl disappeared. He's in a stolen vehicle. And on June 20th, the family of Kiara, or Boo Boo Wiggins, is looking for Carl. Last seen, according to this news source, June 19th. In fact, he was last seen at the Budget Inn in Clinton driving this stolen black Ford Excursion. The license plate number was KM2969. Family members and investigators are asking that if anybody has seen this vehicle, to please call 911 or Sampson County, Braden County, or Wake County Police. They say that they need to find Carl in order to find Kiara. They also mention another vehicle, a silver Oldsmobile Intrigue. The year and model was either 2006 or 2007. This is the car that belongs to Kiara, but they never say whether or not the car is officially missing. So what I have for Kiara's address is 104 West North Street of Roseboro, North Carolina. Now, when relatives contacted the Sampson police June 18th, they said that the last time that they seen or heard from Kiara was June 9th. And there were warrants on file for her husband, Carl Earl Andre Wiggins. And this is for felony larceny and possession of a stolen vehicle. And police were actually having trouble trying to locate Carl. So media start to catch on to the story, as well as bulletins start to get out. And police say, quote, "We are treating this as an endangered missing persons and would remind everyone that Carl or Earl Andre Wiggins is considered armed and dangerous and should not be approached. At this time, we will provide no further details as it relates to the status of this investigation. We will continuously update media outlets as additional information becomes available." End quote. This was said by Lieutenant Marcus Smith. So again, articles around June 22nd start to hit, newsstands, online, saying that they felt that Kiara might be in danger. This is according to the officials around 1:30 that day. So around June 23rd of 2021, police are seeking out Carl, who is 49 years old. They want to interview him about his wife's disappearance. And when they finally locate Carl, he's in that SUV. But guess what? Carl isn't going to give up easily. He actually leads police on a multi-county police chase. And this chase goes on for miles through these different counties. At this point, this is another negative for Carl. This doesn't look good. If he doesn't have anything to hide, why is he running? Why is he hiding? So on this chase, officials eventually deploy several of the stop sticks, but it doesn't seem to help until finally police deploy one more stop stick, and it was very successful. Carl lost control of his vehicle and ran into the concrete on the side of the highway. At that point, Wiggins still decides that he's not giving up so easily, and he actually exits the car and takes off running by foot into the thick brush on the side of the highway. And police are not far behind him. They end up chasing him uphill before finally able to capture this guy and take him in. So right now, Carl is behind bars. He is given a bond, but we don't think he'll make it. I think it's $160,000. He was arrested for charges that have nothing to do with the case that we're covering right now. And right now they have set up search parties. They have searched several areas but had no luck of finding Kiara. And the family is starting to actually feel like there's a chance that she might no longer be here. But they continue to carry some hope.
I'm sitting there eating lunch. I say, Miss Mary, that's him, that's the car.
And the unknown is always what kills you, okay? Not knowing how it's going to end, where it's going to lead to, and certainly, you know, this may get us one step closer to answering some of those questions.
What does this mean to the family that he's been captured?
They're hoping that he would come out and tell them something. What's going on? Where she at? Or what he did to her.
Do you think she's alive?
I'm gonna be honest. I hope she is.
We are all hoping that she's still alive. So I hope they do find out some information. I hope they find her alive and well. But if that's not the case, I still hope that they're able to recover her and bring her home and at least get justice for Kiara. I hope you guys can please share this story because they're still looking for Boo Boo. We're all hoping the best for this family. I send my love. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.